been a while since I posted my last video. I thought I'd answer some questions today. I had a submissive help me out. I asked him to create some random questions from my YouTube video. So like these are literally all from random videos. If I know what they're referencing, I'll try and mention it and link the video. But yeah, I just thought it'd be fun to answer some videos. I've got a little bit of an attitude today. My patience be real thin. So some of these answers might be a little snarky, but that makes a better video than me boringly answering fucking questions. So let's just jump into it. This question is from Soul Assassin. Hey Kay. My name's Kelle, by the way. Kelle is fine. Cool video. I wanted to know what size are your feet and what color are your toes painted now. Also, why do you have a gas chainsaw on your wish list? I don't anymore because I fucking bought it because somebody bought it. So, first question. Make sure there's no shit on my feet. Here's my feet. What? Can you see this? I don't know. Shimmery gold, I guess. My feet are size 6. Always been a size 6. I'm pretty much a true size 6 in most brands, except Nike. More like a 5, 5.5. Just depends. Well, a gas chainsaw is better than an electric chainsaw, unless, you're somewhere where you have access to power. When you're chainsawing something, you don't always have access to power because you might be out in the middle of nowhere, and I want a chainsaw to cut down trees. That's usually what they're used for, but I got this question a lot, and I didn't really understand why. Do you not know what a chainsaw is? That's why I want it, for its intended purpose. Jeffrey Barnes, but doesn't the shame add to the excitement for some people? I'm not sure which video this is about. I think it might be my Sissy Aftercare video. Yes. Shame does add to the excitement for some people. Usually people into humiliation, and shame is a really fun thing to play with. But communicate. We don't want to be adding to people's shame about themselves. We want to play with shame in a fun way, healthy way that acknowledges it, but you can still enjoy it. This question's from Essential Electronic Life. Hello, why don't you make ASMR videos? I invite you to think about it since you'd be very successful. You can talk about so many topics and we get to know another part of you. My first instinct to answer this question was, I don't want to fucking make ASMR videos. I feel like 1/3 of YouTube is ASMR videos. That's probably not an accurate ratio, but like everybody else does that. Why would I also do that? That being said, thought about it some more. I'm not completely against it. It's just like, I don't know. Why would I do that when I could just do other things? But who knows? Maybe I'll get bored one day and make a random ASMR video. It wouldn't just be me sitting here talking. I am an introvert and I actually hate talking. So this one is from, do I need glasses? /co. Very informative. I believe this is about my choosing a strap-on harness video. Type I've never seen used is the silicone panties with built-in dildo, like from those places. I'm not gonna try and pronounce that. As a fan of realistic ones, I'd love to see them become more popular. I was wondering why that is. Are they unknown or too expensive or some other reason? I looked these up because I wasn't sure which one you were talking about, but they literally are just silicone shorts, panties with a realistic, lifelike genitalia on them. I will say right now they're probably not more popular because they look like the real thing, and that's not really big for a lot of people that someone has one that looks like it's part of them or it looks very realistic. Usually people like that it's a strap-on harness. So that's probably the main reason that they're not very popular. I mean, my first reaction to looking these up was like, oh, okay, well. So yeah, not my vibe, not my style. I also think they'd be really, really sweaty. Yasmina, where do you post your content? Well, if you're the YouTube police, this is my content. You're looking at it. If you're not the YouTube police, my name is Kelle Martina. Google me. Danny Holmes, just tuned in. My question is, I've been into cross-dressing since I can remember, but the only person I ever knew about it was my mother. Since her passing, I just don't know how to get out of the closet. My shoes are all, or mostly, spiked high heels, pointed toes, and lots of clothes. So any answers? I guess the question is how to get out of the closet. I don't know that I can answer that one for you there, Danny. You gotta do what you want to do. I mean, do you need to get out of the closet about enjoying wearing slutty clothes? Or just should you wear slutty clothes and head out on the town safely? Jam it to you. I'm partially dressed now, but looking for tips to add to my wardrobe. I believe both of those last questions are about my cross-dressing video, which is like my most popular video of all time. I don't know why, but great. Love it. Welcome. How to add your wardrobe. I recommend making like a scrapbook, mood board, Pinterest, whatever site you want to use, of like outfits you like. Like just go collect a bunch of outfits and then look at it all together, see what the themes are. Like, do you like a lot of like black stockings? Are there a lot of like short skirts that kind of poof out? So kind of see the patterns and trends, and you can kind of make a shopping list based on the looks that you like and start shopping. I mean, I am a thrift store queen, so I love going to the thrift store. You can get stuff for cheap. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You can donate it again. But I do understand that thrift stores are not always friendly for people who are larger. So look for the patterns in the outfits that you tend to like and start a shopping list from that. Eric Blue, I'm submissive and so is my wife. She tries to dominate me, but we end up laughing. Not a bad thing. She's helped me so much through the years, but any advice on training without those sissy hypnosis videos? They don't work. Poppers help. I think it's great that you have a partner who's willing to try things and to laugh with you. When it comes to submissive training, first you want to identify what your goals are and what are the skills that you can learn to help you achieve those goals. Because if you don't even know where you want to go, what you want to do, you can't really train yourself to do anything if you don't know where that is. Poppers are an inhalant, and I think they're a bit silly. I'm not going to talk about poppers. So gray is the new black. Please make more videos like this. What do you see as the benefits to male chastity? How does it affect his attitude? Who do you suggest should try chastity, or do you think it would be a benefit to all relationships? I believe this is about my chastity video, where I review a chastity device. The benefits are, I would say, like increased focus for people. So if you find that wearing it helps distract you from things that you might normally do when you're not wearing it, I think that's great. Obviously, it's a form of physical control and psychological control, so that is also very fun to play with, and having somebody else holding the keys, or even just using it by yourself and seeing how long that you can stay locked up. It gives you a lot of information for the future on, like, is this device fitting me well? Is it chafing me? What kind of different style should I get in the future if this one doesn't work? So just wearing one for like 3 days will give you a lot of information about how that one fits and how you may need to get a different device in the future. Is it a benefit to all relationships? well, no. If you don't want someone to be locked up, I don't think it would be very beneficial to that relationship. So I think it's a benefit to relationships where both parties are consenting to that kind of play. Absolutely can be a whole lot of fun. It doesn't mean you have to be locked up all the time. It could be sometimes on the weekends. It could be very randomly. It could be for like a 3-month stretch. It could be any amount of time that you and your partner, or if you're doing solo play, decide. It can be anything you want, really. String troser string. My longest duration is 10 days without a chastity device. I don't have one. I don't have a girlfriend that can force me anymore, but I would want to go longer. I just don't know how and the motivation. Do you have any idea how to do that, and how many days do you think is best to start with? Me personally, I wouldn't really put someone in chastity for any long-term play that was shorter than 3 weeks. I mean, you guys can do whatever you want, but I'm not really going to consider anyone for long-term chastity if they're trying to get out of it in less than 3 weeks. I mean, that's kind of the bare minimum for me. So you choose the time and you do the thing. You can buy these little lock boxes that are, I think they're intended for like putting cookies in or some kind of food that you are craving, and you put in a time and a date, and it only unlocks on that time and on that date. So I think those are fun to use for chastity keys. So I guess you could always break the thing in case of emergency, but it won't unlock the box until that time that you have put in. So try that. Kelle Martina, I have a couple questions for you. The first question is is the chastity belt safe to wear? Second question is, can you use the bathroom in the chastity belt? Yes, they are safe to wear as long as they fit you properly. If you are very large, having a smaller device when you get aroused can be painful to the point of cutting off circulation. So we don't want that. I definitely recommend doing a test drive as well before you go for any long-term chastity. So that's really the main danger there. The second question, yes, you can absolutely use the bathroom in pretty much any male chastity belt. That's kind of what they're used for. However, you will generally have to sit down, and cleanliness is important as well. So you'll need to, I recommend cleaning at least once a week. So either having it unlocked and scrubbing it down as well as you, or having a cage so it's much more open will stay cleaner longer. Joshua Moses, what would you recommend for a virgin with low self-confidence? This might be on my kinky dating video. And what would I recommend? Well, everyone's a virgin at some point, and I think you said it right there in your question. Low self-confidence. So working on that. How do we work on low self-confidence? Well, we find things that we enjoy and we do them over and over again. Sometimes we suck at them really, really bad, and sometimes we keep sucking at them. But as long as you like what you're doing, your hobbies, your fun stuff. I think that one of the main ways that I have built my own self-confidence over the years is learning about something, whatever it is, something that I'm passionate about, and doing it over and over and over again, and learning more about that thing. I feel like confidence comes from knowledge that what you're doing, that you know what you're doing. So when you feel lost and you feel like, oh, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, that's where we can kind of get in that low self-confidence area. So I don't know that I'm the best person to ask about that, but that's my advice. 2 questions about the same thing. From David Cox, how do I find info on sessions mistress, and how do you book a session? YouTube police. I have no idea what they're talking about. Everybody else, Google me. I go to google.com, type my name, Kelle Martina. You'll find so much information. It's amazing. PB&J says, I'm curious about your childhood. Did you grow up with both parents, and what do they do for a living? Yes, I did. I'm actually on very good terms with both of my parents. They both work in IT and computers. So from a very young age, I was learning about computers, using computers. So we had some of the first like home PCs ever since I was really young. Some of my family are also programmers, quite a lot of them actually. So nerds, it's a nerd family, and I'm the odd one out. I'm not good at math, and I can't do music, all that kind of brain things, like the math and the music and the patterns. Like, I've thought about taking an IQ test, and I've looked at like practice ones on the internet, and they often have to do with pattern recognition, and I think I'm really bad at that. But long story short, all of my family is super smart, and I think I'm smart in different ways. Francis 44647. Do you like fetish clothing like latex, leather, vinyl, and PVC? Like cat suits, opera gloves, corsets, boots, thigh boots, crotch boots, chap boots. I'd love to see you in some outfits like these. I would love to wear outfits like these on YouTube, but they will kick me off so fucking fast. So I will have to stick with very covering. In fact, I even had to like adjust my shirt because I was afraid that they'd kick me off. So of all the fetish clothing things, number one, leather, hands down. Fucking love leather. I've always loved it. I've always loved the smell of it, the feel of it. Black leather only, and colored leather is not my thing. So definitely leather gloves top. I did a video about that as well. I do have some. I have like calf high, or I guess knee high leather boots. I've have some thigh high boots, but never been able to find any that I really fit my thighs very well. I am short and thick, so that's kind of difficult. So I guess the same as crotch high boots and chap boots, which look really fugly to me, so I don't intend on wearing those when someone pays me a lot of money to wear chap boots. Sounds really ugly. Definitely have a leather corset, which I love. I'd love to have more leather corsets, actually. I prefer real leather, but there's nothing wrong with fake leather as well, because leather is expensive, and most people can't tell on video if it's real or not. I can, but gives the look on a budget. Other than that, I tend to wear stretchy PVC pretty frequently. It looks good. It's shiny. It's a lot easier to wear than latex, which you kind of have to wash latex after every time you use it. So after every time you wear it, so it can be kind of a pain in the ass to do that. So anytime I wear latex, it's like a commitment. Like you're putting it on. You're committing to just being really uncomfortable in it, and you're gonna sweat, whether it's hot or it's cold. You're gonna sweat, and it's gonna drip down your body, and then you gotta take it off after, and you gotta hand wash it, and you gotta hang it up and lube it, shine it at different points. So you gotta lube yourself to put it on, and you gotta lube up the outside to make it look shiny, and then condition it after you wash it. So you're getting my opinions on latex. Exec DX said, what's your nationality? I'm American, in case you couldn't tell from the y'alls and the whatever other weird things I say. I'm very much an Ohioan in like my speech patterns, I guess. I'm from Ohio. I'm born and raised here, so that's I'm very much a Midwest kind of girl. Johnny GQ says, is that your natural hair color? Why? Yes. Yes, it is. I have not dyed my hair 4 years. Maybe more than that. I'm not good with time. Like, what is time? But yeah, the last time I dyed it was black, and just kind of grew out, washed out after a while. And that's really the only color I've dyed my hair. I've dyed my hair like 3 times in my adult life, and it's just some black, which isn't terribly different than my hair color. I'm a very low maintenance person, so having to do special shampoos and hair care for dyed hair is not really my thing. Lauren Emily Coster, thank you for a much needed video on dealing with shame as it relates to kink. This is probably definitely about my Sissy Aftercare video. For eliminating shame goes a long way towards self-acceptance. You seem to leave open the possibility of keeping something close to oneself and not telling one's partner, but doesn't this magnify the shame? If there's nothing to be ashamed of, why hold back? Also, regarding gender transition, there is no way you can keep it from the entire family. I guess the issue in that case would be not so much shame as it would be sadness over not being able to share yourself as you truly are. When it comes to coming out of the closet, whether it's about your sexuality, about your kink preferences, about your gender identity and transition, all of that stuff is completely up to you and what you're comfortable with. I fully acknowledge that it is not always safe for people to come out due to, honestly, violence from family, from people in your life. So you get to decide who it's safe to come out to, when it's safe to come out, and who you think needs to know. So that's up to you. And when you're ready to do that, that's awesome. But I don't think that you need to come out until you're ready. Brendan Conran, very beautiful gloves. I bet this is about my gloves video. I hope you enjoy wearing them as often as possible. Would you consider doing more videos, either with your gloves or with other pairs? Well, I already made a video about gloves, and there's only like a million other fetishes and things that I do, so I probably won't be making another leather glove video, because that would be denying everyone else all the other things they like. I happen to like leather gloves. I mean, maybe I'll wear leather gloves when I do another video not about gloves, because I like to accessorize. Well, thank you for joining me for my questions. I don't know that some of my answers were good answers, but they were answers. Again, I'm not a therapist, so all I can tell you is what I feel at that moment. Again, I guess I wasn't really mean or snarky, but thanks for listening to me, I guess. Bye.